Good afternoon. It's high noon on the West Coast and Mountain Time here on Welcome to the ALPOUGH show. I hope you're having a great, happy Monday, and I hope things are going really well for you today. Today, we're going to talk about, are you solidly flexible? Number 112. This is the 112th show that we've done since we started on April 1st. Are you solidly flexible? That's a term maybe you haven't heard. That's a term that was given to me by Mother, and I want to bring that to you. What does solidly flexible mean in these times? And that's what we are. We're talking about these times that we live in here. What does the word solid mean? Solid, firm and stable in shape, not liquid or fluid. So you are solid because you have a skeleton. And the skeleton is solid, and even though it doesn't bend, it's still solid, and it is still made of cells. So, and solid like a rock, solid on solid ground. Okay. I always explain about how having one foot on a solid ground and the other one on a banana peel is not being completely solid. You're halfway there. Okay. So for us, it is about being solid, whatever that means to you. We're going to go off into that. Now, let's talk about flexible. Flexible. What does flexible mean? Well, capable of bending easily without breaking, meaning that you have some bending. You ever heard like, I'm like a branch. I bend, but I don't break. So do we need to be flexible in these times? Absolutely. I have another definition I like. Able to easily modify to respond to altered circumstances or conditions. We are in a situation right now, ladies and gentlemen, where being solid and flexible seems to be exactly where we're supposed to be. All right. So as we all know, we're in a different world that we are in now. Okay. Another thing is ready and able to change so as to adapt to different circumstances. We've all been placed in different circumstances by the pandemic and everything that's been happening over the last year and a half. So what it has done for us, a lot of us had to reinvent ourselves. A lot of us have had to change our thinking in some ways. Some of us had to literally completely be in a totally different circumstance. And so we've come into a place where the being flexible is where we're supposed to be. Now, here's the question. Is your spirit solidly flexible? Okay. Well, let's break that down. Is your spirit solid? Do you understand what your core values mean to you? Do you have a core values that you stick by? And so are you solidly flexible? Now, here's another one. Is your spirit flexible? Sorry about that. I did not spell that correctly. Here we go. So is your spirit flexible? Is the spirit solid? The spirit is spirit. So, it obviously can go through here. What? Sorry about that. Is your spirit flexible? Well, it's invisible, right? So it must have some flexibility, right? We go 30 feet, our energy goes 30 feet out, 30 feet around. They can measure the energy of our field from 30 feet. So now the new world we live in has put us all to a test. We're all in a test right now. of the way the new world we live in has put us all to a test. You know, some call it a new world order, some call it the new woke, whatever it is. We're in a different world where our whole planet is becoming one big spot, because the pandemic, as you know, brought us all together for a cause of getting rid of the coronavirus. So, you know, there was a certain uniting of all of us, and still is, to get this thing under control. But it is a new world, and also it is what I would call a test of the spirit. Now, if you've listened to the show before, you know I said I am more spiritual than I am physical. So if we're a spiritual being first, then we know that every test is the test of the spirit. So if you've been listening to this show, if you've been listening to the wisdom of Sophia, there's three things. She wants you to be a strong spirit, a strong mind, a strong body. All three have to be in order: the spirit, mind, and body. And all three have to be solidly flexible, because the times are changing, and we're learning how to adapt to this. So now your spirit, mind, and body is your own personal trinity. Strong mind, strong spirit, strong body. Strong spirit, strong mind, strong body. And staying solidly flexible is the key, because it's affecting people around us. People are changing around us. You're changing. We may not even know that we're in the midst of a change, but we are in the midst of this new world that has completely bombarded us and brought every country together, so to make us all have to now look at each other. So we want to know what's going on down in Chile, as well as what's going over in China, as well as going over in Russia. But we're all the same people. And you can see now by this pandemic that it has affected us all. And it's really what it's done. I think it's brought countries together. The countries together more than it has divided us apart. I'm talking about the people. We're not talking about political. We're talking about the people. So what is important is keeping with your core values, okay? Your core values. Because from your core foundation, that's how you can learn to be flexible, while being flexible to the surroundings of where we exist. Now, Mother Sophia is wisdom, and she's always talking in phrases. And of course, if you listen to this show, and I want to continue on, the main thing is to be an adult of your mind, your thought, and your thinking. Now, here is the key to this program here right now. The next thing after this is being flexible and being solid is know your surroundings. Mother is calling for you to know your surroundings. Once you become your own trinity, then you can learn to know your surroundings. Because right now, desperate times are calling for desperate measures. Desperate people is now common. You've seen it. You see it on TV. You see it around you. Desperate people is now common. We have hundreds of thousands of people coming across the border. What state are they in? They're in desperation. So you have to watch out for these people. And I'm not limiting to the immigration. We're not talking about, I'm just using them as an example. Full countries, but also here, we're still in a recovery. So the most important thing for you to do is knowing your surroundings. And when you know your surroundings, you'll be solidly flexible. I hope this helped you today. Being solidly flexible, write it down. It's a great word, okay? Staying solidly flexible is the key. Really appreciate your time. Let's see if we got any comments. Okay, Tracy, I'm solidly flexible. Yeah, reinvention is the mother of invention. Okay, isn't most of us having to reinvent ourselves? I mean, really, we're reinventing our families. The division of the families are coming. So we want to stay in love, guys. Keep your family together. Solid spiritual foundation, but able to adapt. Good point. So I want to appreciate your time here with me. I will be back tomorrow, same time at noon, to give you your moment of wisdom. And staying solidly flexible is the key. Now, I hope you like this show. Please like or subscribe. I'm at almost 28,000 views, and I'm like 3 away from 300 subscribers. Please give me a like or a comment, even better. I'll see you next time on the ALPOUGH Show.